Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay, please. Testing 1, 2, 3. Do you guys hear me? Okay, good. Hey Kevin, good job. Okay, I'm just I'm using my earbud, so I just wanted to make sure that was working today. All right, let's share the screen. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta get my correct. Where am I? No. Ah, damn it! That's not what I want. Oh, I screwed this up. Zoom. Sorry. I don't want to share the screen. Okay, let me try this one more time. Okay, let's try it here. Big screen. Now I want to share screen. This, share. Okay. All right, super. You guys should be able to see the screen now, right? Somebody give me a yes on the screen. You should be able to see my. Where are you guys? Where are you? Okay. Ricky, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi guys. Okay, everybody. I see everybody's okay, let me do one other thing, which is enable audio, share sound.
Dow buy continuation trend is weak buy.
Okay, now tell me, do you guys hear the Dow buy continuation signal? Okay, all right, so then we're in good shape. Sorry. I'm just trying to get all the technology done. So, you know, we passed up the ECB, which was just as well. I thought it was going to be a dud, and it certainly turned out to be a dud. Very little price action here on the euro. Euro hadn't done anything. I kind of like, actually right now, I want to be a seller of the euro if I get the trade here. So underneath here, because, you know, she really did not. I don't know why the market thought it was going to be positive, but let me just get underneath here. See if I can get this execution here. So I want to be, I'll be underneath here. Actually, I wonder if this thing, where is the low on this thing? 44. So it's fine. I'll be like right underneath here. It's fine. It's close enough. I don't. The other aspect of sort of trading the way I'm doing now, which is slow and low, which is the way you should be cooking.
Nasdaq trend, right? Strong sell.
Nasdaq trend, strong sell. Nas is looking kind of weak here. I like this trade right now. Just for a spec. I'm going to short this just for a spec. I'm going in. Let's see if I can get the 5 on it. I'm having a. See if I can get the 5 on it. Close. Come on. Nope. Maybe I pushed it. I should have. Let's see if I can get more. Come on. I mean, this is our opening range, break the lows trade. All right, I'm going to take the 4. Fine. So we took the 4 on that. Again, this is me playing around. Not a classic trade, but why I like this trade and why I have confidence in taking this trade on the open. So we already had we've had bid up all night long, and then we started to fall apart pre-market. Market opens up, market doesn't even bother trying to ramp it up on the open, and we break all the prior reference buy lows, right? So if you sort of think about this as a continuation sell, like this is a BS up slice. It's not really a legitimate slice. It's still a negative sell. So we take out all the sells. I'm basically selling the momentum.
Dow buy continuation trend is weak buy.
Right. So Dow's got to buy a continuation move here. Nothing much going on over here. So that's why looking on the chart, I was happy to just take the 5 points on the start. Just pure momentum. Now we're going to try and consolidate. Now we'll probably try to race back to the session opening levels, but generally we are grossly overbought. Doesn't mean anything. We're grossly overbought, but the data was actually pretty good this morning on the Philly Fed numbers, so we could still have a little bit more upside. But I do think that just if we get some evidence of a sell-off, I certainly want to be there. And to me, I'm looking at on the future side here. So if you're looking at the future side here, right? Hang on just one sec. Let me just do this. Okay, full screen so you can see the full future side. It's the 13,300 level is like a natural run to me. Like it feels like it's going to magnetize and try to take out. So just like sort of one more play for fun. Again, we don't have a setup here, so we're going to just use our tactics to create a setup, which is let's trade up on the future side underneath here. I want to see if I can break the lows here. So my point is, if we close through the opening session lows, my argument is close. Again, not test, but close. My argument is we're going to try and take it lower to the round number level, right? So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, no harm, no foul, because I'm not going to be triggered into a false trade. Why is this not working? This is not counting down. Why is this not counting down? Huh. Let me restart this. By the way, everybody who is just want to let you know that there was an AMP issue. So let me see if this is working. And I want to sell this 120. Now let's put this under 10. Not counting down. The counter is not working. Huh. What was this? Oh, my euro triggered. My euro triggered to the short side on this. Wow. Okay, let's see if this actually works. Now I am. No, the counter is not working. Damn. Oh no, its counter is working. It's just the countdown clock is not working. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to speak to Doug about that. All right, so let's leave this over here. You see how the countdown clock is not working? Again, something funkadelic. It's just because AMP switched all their stuff. It's only a problem in MT5. I uploaded the fresh MT5 executables for you, applets. So please use those. Otherwise, you can't use the ones that you currently have. If you're an MT5, they're not going to execute. So Jonathan, Cheryl, all you guys, if you're having, unless you guys are okay, but I had, or Carol, I was not able to get any execution. You're okay, really, on the old stuff. On using AMP5, using AMP, and Cheryl too. Huh. Oh, okay. So download the fresh one, Cheryl. I don't know how, Jonathan, you managed to. Maybe because you didn't update your. They updated their updated. AMP updated the MT5, and the update completely wrecked the applet. So that's what happened. what am I watching here? What the hell is this? Is this the Dow? What am I watching here? Oh, this is the NASDAQ. Why is the so what's going on with my, I'm completely confused here. Why am I getting a positive NASDAQ here and a negative? This is, there must be, oh, the futures are all fucked up. Their whole feed is fucked up. Oh man. Okay, so I can't trade futures. Clearly something is wrong because this is not an accurate futures feed, right? Right, guys? Ah, man, this is one of those days where the AMP futures feed is just completely screwed up. Because I'm not getting a match. I'm not getting a match with, look at the CFD versus, look at the CFD versus the futures. The futures is lagging way the fuck lower. Really? So why is the CFD here completely different? Am I looking at the right CFD? This is NASDAQ. This is NASDAQ. What the hell's going on? No, I'm like late. I'm way the fuck late. I'm on this candle and the CFD is on this candle. My futures is late. All right. So anyways, the futures is breaking. I'm gonna watch this right now. Let's just stick up the CFDs because clearly this is not working. So we got to break. We got to hold below this level, and if that works, I'm going to go short again. But I need this whole thing to close. So let's watch this. Let's watch the candle. We got 16, 17. We're making fresh lows on NAS. So I'm going to try to follow this manually on the CFDs.
Euro continuation
I'm
sell
short
signal trend is weak
NAS
sell.
on following this to fresh lows. Let's see if I can, this might be a sort of a, I think the problem is that I hit, this is too big my volatility filter would have kicked in if I was doing it properly. So I may have sold the bottom here because it's just too volatile. It might pop back up and then eventually come back down. So I don't love this trade here. It's going to probably stop me out. But that's what happens when you kind of cowboy the trade. Yeah, this is a big vol. If I had my applet working properly and set up, this wouldn't have triggered me. So I'm taking too big a risk for not a legitimate enough trade. So I'm gonna get blown out of this thing. I'm paying the price again. I'm paying the price again for trying to do manual entry without the volatility override. There you go. And that's, I deserve that. And also because I got screwed up on clearly my futures are just not working. And I think they're finally catching up. I can't even tell. No, I'm still a candle behind. God damn, I'm gonna restart my futures. Sorry guys, this is what happens when you have technical difficulties. All right, so the only legitimate trade I have is the euro to the short side, and we're letting that float. And we'll see if we can get, we're trying to, that was mildly in the money for a couple of points and then just didn't do anything. Dow needs a secondary signal because this is the first signal. So I'm going to watch for a secondary signal in the Dow, see if I can get a down move. And here's NASDAQ, me not, if I wasn't, if I was careful on my volatility, I wouldn't have gotten tapped out here. But what I'm actually going to do here, just again for fun, because we've got nothing else going on over here, is sell the lows, but on a vol basis. So if it's too much vol, it will stop me out. It will not trigger me. So I should always use my tool when I'm entering. I should never use market entries, as you guys know, because I'll put this over here at 20. So if you know, I'll get a vol control.
Dow buy reversal trend is strong sell.
Okay, buy reversal against this. So this is actually a legitimate sell structure. So let's try to sell against this on the downside, because it's a secondary signal, right? 1, 2, and it should be part of our slow and low trading. All right, I'm gonna start my futures on the other screen just to see if it caught up. But I'm definitely my futures definitely running late. I'm definitely seeing the lag in this frigging thing. What a piece of crap this thing is, but it happens. Let's see if I'm waiting for the Dow to see if it can break the lows. It has not broken the lows, so no trigger on the Dow.
Canada continuation buy signal trend is strong buy.
First signal, so no trade on Canada yet. Looking for a second signal. What I was going to say to you is the other cool thing, just for all of you guys, is all the templates in both folders, the MT5 and the MT4 folders, are now accurate. So I had a lot of clerical, just basically stupid clerical errors, you know, mislabeling the sound files. I think I've corrected all the mislabeling, and that should help me out. All right, looks like I'm finally caught up. Looks like my futures are looking like my CFDs. We're finally in business. Jesus, what a piece of crap this broker is. Okay, so finally we're in business. So I'm caught up on the count. Now I'm actually just curious. So let's put the buy to the high side and let's see. Oh yeah, now my clock is working. So everything was working. Yeah. So I knew whenever the countdown doesn't work, it's internal to the broker. So the broker was really screwed up. So I'm basically parked out at session highs on the idea that, okay, they took it down, they tested the lows, they're going to run the highs. If they run the highs through, if they run through the highs, we're going to get continuation. So I'm just trading that idea on the open as we don't have any clear setups. Clearly, we ran away from, and I'm watching futures off screen here. We clearly ran away from the Dow trade. Just yet, we couldn't hit the lows, so that didn't trigger. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. Canada's got we need a secondary signal in Canada. Cable's got nothing. German is German, so that's it. Okay. So while we're just relaxing and watching charts here, and I'm actually getting a sell signal on my futures. Just remember, let me just kind of show you. Let me find this. Hang on. It's okay. I'm just waiting for the thing to show up. So if you go into the BK Tools folder, into the Arrow Trader Plus, right? There are templates for MT4. These are all brand new, uploaded today. Download those. Ignore, blow out, delete all your old templates. Add these new. Obviously, drop the sounds from the sound file. And then the MT5s, same thing. Drop the sounds into the sound thing, and you have the NASDAQ and the Russell for MT5s. Just want to let you know that I made those available for you guys as we're sitting here. Okay. So very blase open here. So far, not much price action either way. Looks like actually watching the Dow. So let's watch the Dow. Maybe Dow is gonna do something for us. I'm trying to break the lows on a Dow here. There's a trigger. We got 20 seconds left here, so we'll see if it can hold the lows. Not really. Okay, second run through the lows. Let's see if the Dow gets pressed. NASDAQ is starting to sell off, by the way, just on the future side. You don't see this I don't think you see it on the CFD side. Let me see the CFD side. Yeah, CFD side does not have a sell signal on that because of pricing. But let's see where we're at. Still really can't hold it. I mean, just like there's not much downside pressure here on NAS.
Nasdaq continuation trend is strong buy.
So somebody was telling me, oh, we have all these sound files talking over each other. Can we fix it? I think it was Ricky. I wish I could, Ricky, but I can't because there's no way to separate the sound by noise. What I am working on, which you guys are going to see in about a week and a half, hopefully, is a much easier way to track all of this stuff. A much easier. We're gonna have basically like a spreadsheet table made up of an MT4, MT5 EA. It's going to basically just show. It's going to show every signal, every structure in one single table. So you'll be able to not have to move through charts and find out where the signal is. And then once you get a signal, you can then move to the chart and evaluate it and see if you want to make the trade. So it'll be really awesome. In the final permutation, I'm actually going to hope that when we have a table, we're going to have a single click execution. So you'll be able to just watch whatever setup is happening on whatever time frame, whatever instrument, and if you like it, you just click a button and it will automatically set up the trade for you, which will be really awesome. That's my final vision for everybody. But I'm only telling you guys because you're in my room. That's the advanced development. That's in development. Yeah, I mean, since we already have the sound alerts thing, what do you mean? Your sounds seem to be ignoring the time window. What does that mean?
German sell continuation trend is weak sell.
All right, Dow is finally triggered here. Let's see if the Dow is working for us. No.
Pound continuation by signal trend is strong buy.
I think it's going to go down. It's definitely going to go to 5. It just I was hoping the price action would be a little bit faster, but it's finally, it'll eventually get there. I think if you didn't take if you didn't take it, I think it'll get there. But if you did, it's fine. 3.5 is just as good as 5. It just you can see there's very little continuity. Remember, we're trading continuity. And the continuity here is kind of slow today, like really slow. It's very hesitant. A lot of wicks on the candles, suggesting that neither the bulls or the bears have a lot of confidence in the trade right now, right? Look at the NAS. It's just like NAS has just died when you get the moving averages, this is one way you know that nothing is going on and nobody.
Dow buy reversal trend is strong sell.
I don't see a Dow buy reversal. Okay, never mind. I guess there's no Dow buy reversal signal here. Anyways, anybody trade the Dow? Anybody take the slice of Dow here that we took? You can set times for alerts to sound. Mine work all the time, whether within the set front. Oh, I don't, that, yeah, like it's just, sometimes the trade works, sometimes not. Today, presumably.
Dow buy reversal trend is strong sell.
Presumably we're supposed to get continuity here, but the continuity here is just although it looks like it's finally, if we're just waiting long enough, it may eventually come down. It looks like the NAS is finally coming in. Okay, so we're stuck in no man's land here, but at least, okay, first of all, my futures are back in business, so at least that's good. Let me put this over here. I'm basically going to try and see if I can break the lows here. Again, this is session lows. I couldn't break the session highs today. Nothing going on here. Let's see if I can break the session lows on a closing basis. Look at this. Look at this. Oh no, this is NAS. Wait, what am I looking at? What am I looking? Is this the Dow? Now I'm going to get
Canada
Dow.
Sell signal trend is weak sell.
The continuity boom barely made, but I think actually the Dow, where do we break it? We broke over here, so it actually did go down. If you were super patient, it actually went all the way down to like -10, so it totally would have worked, right? NAS is really trapped. We are trapped. You can just see, look how we're trapped in this miserably tight range. No real trades. So now if we're starting to look at this thing, okay, so if this thing holds, and I got to make sure, so the candle's got to hold, right? The buy candle's got to hold. If you're interpreting this the way we should be interpreting this is a sell. It's a second signal in the sell, so it's kind of a legitimate sell. So we could move up underneath the low here, and this now
buy reversal trend is strong sell.
Right, buy reversal trend is strong sell. So this is, if this breaks the downside, then that it should be working. I mean, it's a legitimate setup for us. We don't have to play with the session high, session lows, but we'll see where it goes. The market just looks very incomplete, uncertain. Okay, so we set this up, either works or it doesn't work. We'll let it play out. My Euro trade not working. That was actually, that was a legitimate trade, but it actually turned. Oh, the Euro trade, I'm closing out the Euro trade. Okay, why am I closing out the Euro trade? The Euro trade did not work, and the moving averages crossed out. So now it just took a -10 on the Euro. That's a legitimate stop, because once the moving averages cross over, the whole thesis, the whole reason for the trade is done. Stop trying to triple guess yourself. So I'm done. I'm stopped out. That's the first legitimate stop I've taken in a long time here. German sell signal on the first side. So we'll watch the German very carefully. Just watching here. So we'll actually do the same thing on the CFDs. We'll stay underneath here on the CFDs. We'll see if that can work. And we should legitimately press the the Dow. The idea here is, if right now the market looks like it wants to reverse, but if it doesn't, then we have a legitimate sell here. Like if the market kind of dies out and comes right back down on a closing basis, we have a legitimate sell. The trend continues. Oh man, so boring. Not even a single legitimate setup today, but it is what it is. Canada back then. See, even Canada is just flipping around into this is the kind of, I just want to show you, this is the kind of signature that we really need to not trade in. And there are no trades, and that's why we don't have any trades. The seesaw signature, where we have very, very tight moving averages and back and forth. This in this environment, when we have that kind of environment, then every reversal signal is a great sell. Every reversal signal is a true signal. So reversal buy is a buy, reversal sell is a sell. You can't lose in this kind of a range bound environment. That's not what we trade. So at least be aware. This is the exact opposite of what we would like to see. We want to see smooth trending moves up like we had yesterday, right? This trending move just did not. Did I screw up my euro? I'm totally confused as to why. How did this euro not? What the fuck happened to my euro? Why is this? We got maybe we got short over here. That was the problem. Oh, damn it. So that was the problem. We got late. I'm like, how did we lose money on this euro when this was a pure 8-9 point trade? And this is a good example of me messing up the execution. So I was late. So let's deconstruct this for why this trade got effed. This is the signal, second signal. We should be short here. We came in very late, short here. Doing that, we essentially gave up our whole profit. Had we been short here, yeah, we would have had a little bit of retrace, but the trade would have gotten done over here. Instead, we dicked around, came in late. So this is a good example, just a good example of deconstruct where execution really hurts you. It's much better in any of our setups to not trade. I mean, the only reason I kind of trade, I force the trades here is because we want to do trades. But it's always much better to not trade if you missed the setup. Because missing the setup here, missing this entry over here, cost us the profit. We would have been short here at 43, right? What is the close here? 43. The ultimate low here was 36. More than enough to give us the 5 points, right? Instead, we came in at 39, never got in, never got the trade. It's a game of inches, and you can't afford to screw around. On a short-term trading basis, it's always the tightest game of inches. So you got to really, really watch it. NAS is basically, doing nothing, flipping around. NAS actually turning. This is interesting. Look at the futures. So,
reversal trend is strong sell.
So Nasdaq, you see on the future side, is turned positive, right? There's a positive trend. I actually have to cancel this trade because it's no longer legitimate. And actually, let's again. I'm gonna be super patient on this, but let's see if we can trade this to the upside. Again, I'm just basically, now we got the uptrend, and I'm trading the session highs. Can they take out the session highs? Is this going to be? I'm following like a dog follows its tail right now. The market is just whipping me around back and forth, but I'm not getting into any stupid trades. So that's at least that's something. German doing nothing, NASDAQ doing nothing, Dow doing nothing. Dow is also crossing over, so it's no longer a sell setup. Now we just have to get patient. So the thing about our setup that's really important is you see the importance of two things: being patient enough to let trend establish itself, and then being patient enough to execute timely. And that's the key thing, timely within trend. That's actually my new moniker. I like this, timely within trend. Yeah, so you're right, Wyman. So we are, we went to the second arrow structure, and sometimes that second arrow, gives up the opportunity. But basically, the long-term consideration.
NASDAQ sell reversal trend is weak buy.
NASDAQ sell reversal trend this week buy. Oh, it's off my, it's on both sides. So why do I have this? This is not a sell. I need to cancel this. We're no longer in a sell mode. So, Wyman, the reason why we went to a second arrow trigger is because on a large scale basis, over a large period, large amount of trades, that is a higher probability entry than the first arrow. That's it. So sometimes we do give up that first arrow trade, but overall, we like to, we have this rule of 2 and 2. Second arrow, 2 trades within trend. That's what we're trying to do now on a continuous basis, because that's the best, that's the highest probability structure. Obviously, it presupposes that we actually have trend establishment. We don't have any trend establishing ourselves right now, and that's what's holding us back. So German's still staying negative, right? German now, oh no, sorry, this is Dow. My apologies. This is Dow holding its negative trend. So we have a legitimate try for a sell over here in the Dow. Oh, let me see, I think I can do this, right? Over here, come on over here, baby. Off against this reference point. So now we'll stay and see. So Dow is still preserving its negative trend structure after kind of a weak run, and NASDAQ is kind of putzing around, doing nothing either way. So not doing anything. So what, the good thing is you really see today is a horrible day to trade, but it's actually a great day to learn, because the worst thing you want to do, the quickest way to lose money, the quickest way I have lost money trading a setup is trading on a day when I shouldn't. Like, sometimes you're gonna, you have a strong trend and it just completely reverses, you get stopped out. That's basically one stop out. When you trade on a day like this, every trade is a stop out, because every trade is a false signal. And in other words, what I mean is you don't have any legitimate trade signals. So you try to take illegitimate trade signals, and every one of those illegitimate trade signals is going to be wrong, because essentially it's chop city. And so today is a great day to see why you shouldn't be trading. We have compression of moving averages, zero price trending, right? See, the moving averages are both flat. That just tells you there is no trend, right? No trend establishment. The reference points are all out of whack, and we don't have any triggers. And we should just
German buy reversal trend is weak sell.
German buy reversal trend is weak sell. Where's the German? Okay, so we have a legitimate German sell structure here. We'll get underneath here and just we'll give that 10 periods, see if that works. NASDAQ trying to rally and establish a move a little higher. I do have on my future side here, a setup through the session highs, which by the way is like 44, so it's quite, you know, still about 10 points here. So they really got to lift it. There's got to be some kind of buying coming in. Right now, everything is sort of very cautious, but we are starting to build. You can see we're starting to build. So this is the uptrend commenced here. This is the first signal, right? So we may actually, we'll just have to see. We might even get a legitimate sell, you know, a legitimate reference point signal. Right now, we're pushing through the highs, pushing through the highs. Let's see if on the futures basis we can make anything happen here. I got 27 seconds, 25 seconds. It is moving through the 44s. Can it hold? Can it hold through the 44s? We'll see. What is going on with my, I don't see what my quotes are like all over the place. So slow. I don't understand my quotes. And now this whole thing is, it's not working. Wow, man, something is wrong with my AMP here. So I'm gonna take this at like plus, oh, what the fuck is it? I have to, sorry guys, I have to view toolbox. Oh yeah, I'm taking this at +5. Sorry, I took it off screen because this whole thing is just messed up. And so we'll count this as +5 if you guys ran it with me. I don't know if you guys may not be having issues with your platform. I'm clearly having issues with my platform. So I don't know what's going on here. Did anybody have issues with their platform or no?
Dow buy reversal trend is strong sell.
Okay, so it's clearly my, huh. All right, well, good for you on the CFD side. Cheryl, are you having the same crap that I am, which is like, and by the way, this is now racing. So, you know, whatever you, even if you couldn't get executed, you would have gotten executed now. So it all worked. So this was, you know, the kind of what's now become a little bit of a bread and butter trade for us, where we take the opening range breakout, and that finally really worked. By the way, it worked really strong. So good for good for us, at least that worked. Yeah, I think maybe you and I think Jonathan is on the West. Well, you're on the West Coast too, but Jonathan may be on a different server. I don't know what the fuck is going on with us, Cheryl, today. But whatever, you know, it's just I'm used to already dealing with just accepting the fact that brokers are going to screw up. But look at this ramp. Look at this beautiful ramp. So that worked kind of really nicely. Good for everybody. So at least our NAS trades are working. I think, did we make money? We made money on the front NAS trade, and the NAS. So we got 10 on the NAS, -10 on the euro, and like 3 on the Dow so far, without anything else really going on. But it's just a good example of like being patient until trend finally develops. We finally have a reasonable, intelligent reference point. So, you know, in this case, we didn't have a high-low reference point, you know, a reversal or continuation reference points, but we had the session high, session low, and that once that broke out, that really started to run. And that, you know, that setup has been money for the last week and a half. So we'll keep exploiting it until it stops working. But good for everybody. I'm glad at least you guys got some bank. Cheryl, were you able to bank the trade, or did you have like execution issues? That's good. That's good. Okay, so what else is setting up? Let's just take a look. Let's go through the charts. Dow turning positive. So again, the Dow trade gets canceled. We're now positive trend. German turning positive, gets canceled. We're positive trend, right? So Euro's positive trend now. Maybe the market loves Lagarde. Cable.
Euro continuation sell signal trend is weak sell.
So one of the problems, and this is where I'm so looking forward to having the dashboard. One of the problems is that when we get obsessed with indices, we sometimes miss. Like this was a nice, clean cable buy. We could have exploited. We could have bought this at 24s, and it's trading 36s. Right? It would have been a nice, clean. As a matter of fact, I found one of the greatest joys of this setup for me is that this is the only trading setup I've ever been able to make work on pound. So pound is kind of like the indices when it gives you the secondary signal. It's a great trade. So we missed the pound trade, but we're busy with other stuff. Silver doing nothing. So very quiet. This just when there's no action in the markets, we got no trades. So there's a couple of things that happened that I kind of want to review. One, we didn't take the stupid trades. We didn't take the short Dow or the short Germans because we didn't get the whole point of our strategies. We don't get tripped we most of the time do not get tripped into false bottoms or false stuff. We don't sell bottoms or buy tops, right? False triggers. So that was good. We did get put into a legitimate breakout trade on the NASDAQ. So that was also good. And we also didn't trade any other positions because there was no other setups. And I think, sometimes not doing stuff is as valuable as doing stuff because there's two parts to making money. There's making money and there's not losing money. Not losing money is just as important as making money. So not getting into stupid ass trades definitely helped. The one off menu trade I made today, I paid the price for it precisely because I ignored my own volatility filter rules and I went market. And every time I go market, I would say no, not every time. 8 out of 10 times I go market, I lose money, and that's just a lesson for everybody to learn. That if the trade is not set up in the right structure with the right entry with the right volatility signature, if you don't have all those things checked off, you're not going to be winning most of the time. Your win is going to be luck instead of skill. Okay, that's the better way, I guess, to put it, right? Look at this nice big breakout. So I guess Nas just decided it wants to go. Now we're all trend all the time, and we'll be watching for more reference points. Hopefully my broker feed is finally caught up and I can actually trade this thing. That's it. What do we got? Euro. First signal on the euro. I need a second signal on the euro. Euro looking good, by the way. Like I got to tell you, this is it's a pretty bullish construct. The market is, and I'm actually curious. Hang on a second. Let me just see something. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Let's play with this. We're just gonna extend our session high, session lows concepts to the euro, and I'm going to put myself at session highs. If I get a reference point, I'll trade the reference point, but I'm going to put myself at a session high. Idea here is if they're really going to run it, they're going to run it. If they don't really run it, I don't. Again, I'm not going to be in a trade that's going to be hopefully not going to be a trade that's going to be a false trigger. But that's all I got right now as a potential trade for the next while. All right. So let's do this, guys. Tomorrow we're supposed to do a webinar. And I don't think, I prefer Zooms. Like, does everybody prefer Friday Zooms versus Friday webinars? I think it's better for us to do the Zooms because you can hear the audibles. It's just cleaner and easier.
Canada continuation sell signal trend is strong sell.
Yeah, me too. So let's do Zoom tomorrow. I'll add a session to Zoom. Same, same authentication credentials, and and we'll play from there. So that's that. Any questions today? Everybody kind of getting the gist of the thing? Kind of a funky day today. I'm sorry. Both the price action and the software glitches on my end were a little bit annoying, but we hung in there. We didn't make stupid trades today, which is well, I made one stupid trade today, which was the euro trade. Now, I made two stupid trades, but I don't really count the first one because anytime I go market, it's a stupid trade. You should just completely ignore me. But the euro
Nasdaq
trade
sell reversal trend is weak buy.
Stupid because I missed the setup and I forced the setup. And it was a good lesson. We had the profit, but our execution was bad, and we lost the profit as a result of it. So we paid the price for that. I don't care what signal comes in, whether it's going to be a continuation buy, a reversal sell. The whole methodology for the 2 and 2 structure is two signals. Doesn't matter. We don't care with their prominence, because the whole point is, if the high of the sell or the buy is beaten, right? If the high is beaten, that's the setup. Then we're good to go on a second signal, because what we're looking for, if you think about this, is trend persistence. The second signal, by its very definition, tells you that there is trend existence, right? Existence. And then if you beat that signal, then it tells you there's trend persistence. The first signal tells you there's this trend establishment, but not necessarily that there's trend persistence, right? It just tells you there's trend existence. So that's why I changed to the 2 and 2 structure on a sort of a strategic basis. It definitely works much better. Certainly, like during the US session, I've noted, for the last week where I've been doing this, yes, and I changed my mind. Exactly. So I totally changed my mind on all of this, Boris, because I realized that early is not best. Early is only good if you have like a quick so the trade-off here is early is great when you find a turn, right? But late is better because it confirms trend. And since the single biggest factor to our success is continuity of trend, right? Continuity of trend is the single biggest factor. We want as much of evidence of continuity of trend as possible, right? There's always a trade-off, right? And that's the trade. Thinking about this for a while, especially, and this is much more important, by the way, this is much more applicable during the critical instrument hours. So for US session, for indices, it's US session. For currencies, it's the European Open. You want trend establishment.
Nasdaq buy continuation, German buy continuation trend is weak buy.
Nasdaq buy continuation. Okay. I don't have this on my. I don't have it on my. The futures are not signaling this. Okay. Well, let's try this on the CFDs. What's going on over here? Oh man, everything is so slow on my computers today. I think it's my computer. I'm really screwed up on this computer. All right, I have so uptrend. We have a couple of signals here in the CFDs, right? That's definitely trend continuation. we'll hang and see. You know, we'll give it a couple of minutes. If we get executed, we get executed. If we don't get executed, we don't get executed. We'll just let it go. But what I was going to say is, if you look at the euro dollar, right, just kind of like looking at this on a longer term basis, and you look at, sorry, let me just move this over. You look at the European Open. You see the European Open. You have this trend established, and the establishment of this trend just puts you into, even if you were here, this is a small retrace. It's not a big retrace. It's maybe about 10 pips of retrace. It eventually takes you, straight up. So coming in here, even though maybe it's near-term disadvantageous because it doesn't give you the excellent price entry, it gives you a more confident price entry that eventually trend goes by. It doesn't always happen this way, but the point is you're looking for that kind of more of a trend establishment move. And I think with cable, you had the same situation. Let me see. Where's cable? Yeah, so if you go on cable, I mean, here, 1, 2, 3, look at this. You had a whole bunch of signals on the uptrend, right? Versus 1, 2, 1, 2. You see, range is very
Dow sell reversal trend is weak buy
of just all these of these single arrow signals. When you get a trend, all these arrow signals are established in trend. That gives you higher confidence of trend continuity. Look at the trend continuity here. Here's trend continuity. Here's trend continuity. Here's trend continuity. You have like 3 continuity signals, and since we're using just 2 and 2, we would have taken this trade and this trade in the cleanest possible way. What we're trying to do is be confident that we have trend, and we're going to take the meat of that trend. We're going to take maybe 10 to 20% of that move, but we're going to take the 10 to 20% of the highest probability of that move. That's literally it in a visualization nutshell, right? So there's always trade-offs. We're trading off for the highest possible win with the greatest possible confidence of entry. That's what we're trading off for. Okay, we're not going for the biggest pips. We're going for the highest possible accuracy. So does that make sense? Yeah, and I was setting up all the templates and everything else, and I totally missed it. But basically the rhythm of how we trade this is European morning open is really the time to trade euro and pound. US morning open is the time to trade NASDAQ and Dow. That's the rhythm of what we should be looking for. That's how you trade the system on a day-to-day basis. That's where the flow is. That's where that's what a trend is, and that's what we're supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Good for you.
Dow buy continuation trend is weak buy.
Good for you. I'm glad the EA is doing a job for you. So I mean, it's working, working both ways. All right, guys, I gotta go. Everybody have a great day. Zoom tomorrow, okay? So I'll see everybody then, and I'll post this in a little bit. Everybody take care. Have a great day, guys.